President Biden's poll numbers have gotten slightly better recently, but he's still lagging far behind in voter enthusiasm. A new poll shows that even a majority of his own supporters, this is what the polls show, a majority of his own supporters wish that he wasn't running. And that lack of enthusiasm could be very painful in November. Now, again, I always ask, are we allowed to talk about this? Because, is people going to start crying and send us ugly hate mail because we're talking about this? Are we allowed to talk about this?
We have to, whether we're allowed to or not. And sometimes, folks, we do have to address the ugly truth here. And this poll shows us that 62%, not of 62% of voters, 62% of Biden supporters say, man, I really wish it wasn't him. I wish it was anybody else on that ballot in November. But they say we're probably still going to vote for him. Maybe we'll see what happens. But it's a lack of enthusiasm, and that's horrible for Biden.
Yeah, it is. The enthusiasm issue is, and the way it's manifesting itself, your enthusiasm issue. Fewer voters say in 2024 that the presidential race really matters. Fewer voters than happened just the last cycle. Now, you've got this crazy man, James Carville, believing that we can just beat everybody into submission, which is just the opposite. I mean, this guy's gone nuts. This curmudgeon, old lizard-looking guy with his cap going on television and saying that the youth, that the effing, we'll play it, the effing youth are just stupid and lazy, and this is going to cost them the election. Now, really? Are you that desperate to where you send your biggest voice, James Carville, who's been the voice for the Democrats for decades now, and now he's out there saying these words, you effing young voters basically are so stupid and so lazy that you're not going to show up for Biden. What the hell? I mean, when have we gotten to where that's what we ought to be doing in politics?
Yeah, just screaming at these people that, you've got to do what.
We'll show this.
Yeah.
You'll see and you go, what?
Are you kidding me? Is this the United States of America? Is this the nation that was founded on the principle that no person is above the law? And then you tell these young people, if you don't get involved right now, in this election, they're going to be involved in your life for the rest of your freaking life. And if Trump and Roberts and Alito and Gorsuch and Thomas and Leonard Leo and the Heritage Foundation, if they get a hold, there will be no government left. There will be no rights left. You'll live under theocracy. You'll end up with Christian nationalism. But that's all right, you little fucking 26-year-old. You don't feel like the election's important to me. They're not addressing the issues that I care about. Well, the New York Times wrote a story about the Harvard Youth Poll, which is a pretty good, well-regarded thing, a guy named John Della Volpe. And very recently, they gave youngsters the 15 most important issues. Clocking in at number 14 was student debt. You wouldn't know that if you read the fucking press. Number 15 was the issue of Palestine. High on the list was abortion, was interest rates, was housing affordability, were all of these other things. You are being insufficiently served by the commentariat, and to some extent, you're being insufficiently served through Democratic messages. So my advice to tell these young people to get off your motherfucking ass and go vote, because you should vote like your entire future and the entire future of this United States depends on it, because quite frankly, it does. And that's not an exaggeration.
Look, the problem is, once again, we got a repeat of 2020. These guys are not exciting. Even Trump's own base, not as energetic.
No,
he's not getting the same crowds at the rallies.
No.
Everybody right now just has this fatigue because politics has become front and center for so many years. It used to be we'd be doing this and we're talking to the kind of outliers, the few people that follow politics.
Right,
Well,
right.
now everybody does.
Yeah.
And They're tired of it. I know we're tired of
Saturation,
it.
isn't it?
Exactly.
Well,
but
you talk about more. I mean, you do a show every single day where you're talking about politics. I don't. So, but I already feel a saturation.
Yeah.
Both these guys. I mean, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm just absolutely tired of talking. And so that probably is one of the biggest problems, the enthusiasm problem, something they have to overcome.
Well, and there's a way for Biden to fix that. He says, okay, obviously, yes, I'm old, I'm a little slower, y'all aren't excited about me, so let me give you something to be excited about. What if I pick a new running mate? What if I promise a bit of a shakeup in my cabinet, because the cabinet has not been great? Look, here's the people I got lined up. These will be the folks in the White House if you pick me again. Give them something to be excited about, because it's not you, so give them a new person somewhere.
You know why you'll never go to Washington? Because you're too damn smart. That's a problem. Farron, thanks for joining me, okay?
Thank you.
That's all for this week, but all these segments, well, they're going to be posted right here on this channel in the coming week, so make sure that you're subscribed. I'm Mike Papantonio, and this has been America's Lawyer, where every week we tell you the stories that corporate media won't tell you because their advertisers will cut off their advertising if they tell that story, or their political connections are so Republican or so Democrat that they can't color outside the lines there. We don't have that problem, as you can see watching this program. Hope to see you next time.
Ring of Fire founder and host of America's Lawyer, Mike Papantonio, has a new book, came out this week, called Suspicious Activity. Like his other books before it, this book actually deals with real legal cases that Mike Papantonio has handled, but in a fictionalized way. The book follows the character of Nick Dichotomous that Papantonio first introduced in his book Law and Disorder, and it carries on the story that began in Law and Disorder through Law and Vengeance, Law and Addiction, Inhuman Trafficking, and now Suspicious Activity. This book in particular deals with the financial institutions that have helped launder money for terrorist organizations, which of course is a topic we have covered extensively here on Ring of Fire. So, if you're a follower of Mike Papantonio's books, or if this is your first one, you can get your copy of Suspicious Activity now. Just go to MikePapantonio.com and place your order. And if you haven't already, check out Mike's other books, also available on MikePapantonio.com.